big stories out there around the country. I want to focus on a story from Missouri, where Sawyer Shepherd, a high school senior who was suspended for having a unloaded, disassembled case shotgun in his truck, is back in school today. That is very good news. And Sawyer's attorney joins us on the program. Judson McPherson is with us. Judd, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you, sir?
I am excellent, and congratulations. This is it's so nice to be able to report on a true common sense outcome here in stories like this.
Well, thank you. We were very happy with the outcome.
So your client, Sawyer Shepherd, he was turkey hunting, right? This was last Tuesday?
Correct.
Went out before school, got his bird, by the way, and then went back home, cleaned up, and simply just made a mistake, just forgot to take his shotgun out of his truck.
Yeah, Sawyer typically takes his shotgun back in the house, and they were in a bit of a hurry, trying to get back to school on time, and just simply forgot to take it out from under his seat. He stores it under his truck seat, so it wasn't in plain view, and just absolutely made a mistake.
Well, even without it being in plain view, somebody called the school and said, "Hey, there's a gun there on campus," which initiated the search. And Sawyer acknowledged, right, when he was asked about this, said, was that when he realized,
Yeah, absolutely. When they asked him about it, he realized that he had not taken it out, immediately took the principal out to the truck, gave him the shotgun in the case. The police, according to school policy, police were notified. Carthage Police Department came out, investigated, told the school, you may have school policy issues, but there's been no crime committed here, so certainly didn't press any charges.
So there was no criminal charges filed. This then became a matter for the school district. And I thought it was interesting, Judd, that from what I saw, the family, nobody was calling the school district names or anything like that. Everybody just sort of wanted to work to find a real resolution here that worked for everybody.
That is absolutely correct. The family is very respectful of Matt Huntley, the principal. The principal was absolutely sick over it. This is a small community where everybody knows each other, but by Missouri state law and by school district policy, he had no choice but to start the discipline process, which the presumed punishment is a 1-year expulsion from school. The temporary suspension of 10 days is just for them to conduct an investigation of what happened before they do a 1-year expulsion or alter it if they can.
Now, there was a real outpouring of support within the community, particularly I think from his classmates there. And then the story sort of it kind of blew up, Judd. The Free Shep hashtag started taking off on Twitter. You got a lot of national attention. Did that have an impact, you think, on the outcome here?
I think it had a big impact. I'm not saying that the school district wouldn't have eventually done the same thing without the attention, but certainly when it was on NRA News, it was on guns.com, I started getting calls at my office from as far away as California, from people just showing support, asking what they could do, because they're like me. When I first heard the story, I thought, man, that could be one of my boys. We're a hunting family. My son actually works for us at our hunting outfitter in Mulberry, Kansas. He does it for a living, and so we take the hunting heritage in our area to heart. And so I think a lot of people felt the same way. I know a lot of people felt the same way because we had people from literally all over the country saying, what can we do to help?
Well, the good news is Sawyer's back in school, gets to go to the prom. I don't know if baseball season is still going on, but he does get to graduate here in a couple weeks. And in the meantime, Judd, you're not done with this issue yet, though, are you?
No, we are fortunate enough to have a Missouri State representative in this area, Mike Kelly, who also comes from a rural farming community where he understands kind of what this area is all about. We're in an area where some school districts still can season, an excused absence. They don't expect to see a lot of kids there that hunt. And so he has pledged his support in trying to resolve the conflict between the federal Gun-Free School Zones Act, which exempts unloaded guns that are locked in a vehicle, and the Missouri Safe Schools Act, which does not have that exemption. So everything Sawyer did was perfectly fine under federal law, but it was not in compliance with state law. And so we have talked quite a bit about during the next legislative session. Mike's going to work on what will probably be called Sawyer's Law, and that's to allow unloaded weapons to be in a locked vehicle on school grounds. No one is saying that kids should have firearms in a school building. But when you're from this area, a lot of kids wake up at 5 in the morning, and they're out there in the field trying to turkey hunt before they have to be in class. It's a way of life that I think everyone who is a part of it wants to protect here.
Well, listen, Judd, I appreciate everything that you're doing, sir, and I hope we can talk again about the future efforts here to get a legislative fix.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time, and give Sawyer and his family our best, will you?
I'll do it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Judd McPherson joined us, attorney in Missouri, representing Sawyer Shepherd, the high school senior who is back in school, and that is fantastic to hear. Note, by the way, I don't know if this matters or not, but note that Carthage, Missouri is far away from Washington, D.C., far away from the Times Square media, far away from Los Angeles, where, when we see conflict, it typically involves people shouting at each other on our television sets or, there in the halls of the Capitol. There in Carthage, again, you had a community and a family, and I think even, members of that school, adults there, working in the school, who all wanted to come together and make sure that, again, justice was done. It is so refreshing to see that still happens here in this country, and it is well worth pointing out. All right, a couple of other stories, actually. One out of Missouri. Let's just